We're live.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to the Wednesday, March 17th, 2021 meeting of Youngstown City Council. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. It's the end of the day. Hopefully everyone's been safe and continue to be safe. Before we start, just want to keep our thoughts and prayers, the Hudson family in our thoughts and prayers in the passing of former Second Ward Councilman Rufus Hudson. The funeral is scheduled for Monday. I do not know the exact time, but just want to remind everyone to keep that family in your thoughts and prayers. He has one daughter who is a Youngstown City police officer, Jennifer Hudson. And so another sad day. Seems like not too long ago we were having this conversation about former Councilman Gillum, and now we're talking about Councilman Hudson. So just wanted to acknowledge that. Councilman Ray, you have your agenda?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's go through the agenda. Under communications, item number 1.
Receive and file.
2.
Receive and file.
3.
Receive and file.
4.
Receive and file.
5.
Receive and file.
6.
Receive and file.
Under reports, number 7.
Receive and file.
There were no public comments and we did not have anyone request to speak. Under resolutions, item number 1.
Suspended consent.
2.
Suspended consent.
Under ordinances, item number 3.
Suspended consent.
4.
Suspended consent.
5.
Suspended consent.
6.
Suspended consent.
7.
7 will be moved to the Public Utilities Committee.
8.
Suspended consent.
9.
Suspended consent.
Mr. President,
Yes.
can I make a motion to move number 11 into the Finance Committee?
Yeah, when we get to it, we're on number 9.
Oh, I thought we was going to 11. My bad, I was early.
No problem. Number 9, you said was suspended consent, Mike?
Correct.
All right, number 10.
Suspended consent.
Mr. President,
Number 11, yes, sir, Councilman Oliver.
I can make a motion to move number 11 into the Finance Committee.
Second.
Okay. So number 11 has been motioned and second to move to Finance Committee.
Thank you.
Number 12.
Suspended
Councilman Ray.
consent.
All right, 13,
Suspended consent.
14,
Suspended consent.
15,
Suspended consent.
16,
Suspended consent.
17,
Suspended consent.
18,
Suspended consent.
19,
Suspended consent.
20,
Suspended consent.
number 21,
Suspended consent.
22,
Suspended consent.
23,
Suspended consent.
24,
Suspended consent.
25,
Suspended consent.
26,
Suspended consent.
27,
Suspended consent.
28,
Suspended consent.
29,
Suspended consent.
30,
Suspended consent.
undersigned out of committee, ordinance 20-191.
Yes, vote to defeat.
All right, let's go back through under communications from the beginning. Under communications, number 1.
Receive and file.
2,
Receive and file.
3,
Receive and file.
4,
Receive and file.
5,
Receive and file.
6,
Receive and file.
7.
Receive and file.
I'm sorry, under reports, number 7. No public comments, no speakers. Under resolutions, number 1,
Suspended consent.
2.
Suspended consent.
Under ordinances, number 3,
Suspended consent.
number 4,
Suspended consent.
5,
Suspended consent.
6,
Suspended consent.
7,
Public Utilities Committee.
8,
Suspended consent.
9,
Suspended consent.
10,
Suspended consent.
11,
Move to the Finance Committee.
12,
Suspended consent.
13,
Suspended consent.
14,
Suspended consent.
15,
Suspended consent.
16,
Suspended consent.
17,
Suspended consent.
18,
Suspended consent.
19,
Suspended consent.
20,
Suspended consent.
21,
Suspended consent.
22,
Suspended consent.
23,
Suspended consent.
24,
Suspended consent.
25,
Suspended consent.
26,
Suspended consent.
27,
Suspended consent.
28,
Suspended consent.
29,
Suspended consent.
30.
Suspended consent.
Under signed out of committee, ordinance 20191.
Yes vote to defeat.
All right. You ready to go into the meeting?
I believe so.
All right. Well, this meeting on Wednesday, March 17th, 2021 is now called to order. Clerk, call the roll.
Adamsad,
Here.
Davis,
Here.
Hughes,
Here.
McNally,
Here.
Oliver,
Here.
Ray,
Here.
Turner,
Here.
and Kitchen.
Here. Councilman Ray, is there a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes for the March 3rd, 2021 meeting and approve the journal?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes for the meeting that was held on March 3rd, 2021, and approve the journal.
Second.
Motion carries. Under communications and reports, item number 1, Councilman Ray.
Mr. President, under communications and reports, I move that item 1 through 7 be received and filed.
Second.
Motion carries. Under resolutions, item number 1,
Recognizing and supporting April as Minority Health Month.
Councilman Ray.
And Mr. President, give me 1 second here. 12 through 30. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules of council and place items ordinances 3 through.
No, we're under resolutions.
I'm sorry.
1 and 2.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules of council and place resolutions 1 and 2 before council for passage through the consent agenda.
Second.
Roll call on the suspension.
Adamsad,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
7 yeas for the suspension.
Rules of council have been suspended. Are there any further remarks? Roll call on the passage.
Adamsad,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
7 yeas for the passage.
Resolutions 1 and 2 have both been passed. Under ordinances, item number 3.
Authorizing the Board of Control of the City of Youngstown to enter into a consent agreement with the State of Ohio Director of Transportation.
Councilman Ray,
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules of council and place ordinances 3 through 6, 8 through 10, and 12 through 30 before passage pursuant to the consent agenda.
Second.
roll call on the suspension.
Adamsack,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver, Councilman Oliver,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
7 yeas for the suspension.
The
Yes.
rules of council have been suspended. There are further questions. Councilwoman Adamsack.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I apologize, I should have made this request earlier, but I would like to co-sponsor ordinances 21 through 30.
Okay, we'll note that for the record.
Thank you.
Any other remarks? Roll call on the passage.
Adamsack,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
and Turner.
Yes.
7 yeas for the passage.
Ordinances 3 through 6, 8 through 10, and 12 through 30 have all been passed. Under ordinances, item number 7.
Authorizing the Board of Control of the City of Youngstown to approve and enter into an agreement with HomeServe to offer water line warranty protection services to the customers of the Youngstown Water Department.
Councilman Ray,
Mr. President, I move that item number 7 be moved to the Public Utilities Committee.
Second.
ordinance number 7 has been moved to the Public Utilities Committee, which will be scheduled at a later date. Under ordinances, item number 11.
Authorizing the Board of Control of the City of Youngstown to enter into a professional services agreement with MyCap commencing January 1 through December 31st, 2021.
Councilman Ray,
Mr. President, I move that item number 11 go to the Finance Committee.
Second.
ordinance number 11 has been moved back to the Finance Committee. Under signed out of committee, ordinance 20-191.
Authorizing the expenditure in the amount of $1,000 from the First Ward Discretionary Fund.
Councilman Ray,
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 20-191 before council with a yes vote to defeat.
Second.
roll call on the suspension.
Adamsack, Councilperson Adamsack,
You're on mute. Now you can speak. You're muting yourself.
Yes. Sorry.
Davis,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver, Councilman Oliver,
I think he's having some technical difficulty. It looked like he's frozen. I'm not sure what's going on.
Councilman Ray,
Yes.
Councilperson Turner.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go back to Councilperson Oliver for a vote.
Are you there,
Looks like he's-
Councilman Oliver?
Yes.
Yes, okay. 7,
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we have you.
So that will be 7 yeas
Yes.
for the suspension.
The rules of council have been suspended. Are there any other remarks? Roll call on the passage
This is for a yes vote to
with a
defeat.
yes vote to defeat. Thank you.
Adamzak,
Yes.
Davis, she's muted.
Yes.
Yes. Councilman Hughes,
Yes.
McNally,
Yes.
Oliver, Councilman Oliver. Let's move to Councilman Ray
Yes.
and Councilperson Turner.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try again. Councilman Oliver, are you with us?
No, he's not there. We'll just take the 6.
Okay, that's 6 yeas to defeat.
Ordinance 20-191 has been passed with a yes vote to defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our agenda. 7th Ward, Councilwoman Adams-Act, would you have any final remarks?
Yes.
We'll come back to you,
Yes.
Councilman Oliver. We'll come back to you.
No, thank you, not at this time.
Okay. 6, Councilwoman Davis.
No, not at this time.
Councilwoman McNally.
Now, I'm just real quick, I know we say it every week, or every other week, but the age for vaccinations is lowering once again. And so just encouraging people, I think it's now 40 and up. So encouraging people to really sign up. I know there's a lot of clinics going on around the city coming up. So, and I'm sure Aaron can probably fill us in on anything else, but I just want to encourage people to go get that vaccine.
I was gonna call on you, Aaron, at the end, so stay tuned. 4th Ward, Councilman Ray.
Just reflecting back, it was a year ago when we pretty much passed the budget and then went into lockdown mode. So it's great news that vaccines are available and people could get them. Encourage everyone to do so when it's your time. And just remember to stay safe, keep your distance. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. 3rd Ward, Councilwoman Turner.
Just remember to be safe, wearing your mask, washing your hands, sanitizing, social distancing. We have to continue to do that and stay vigilant. I know that Councilman McNally mentioned that the age is lowering, and by the end of the month, we'll all be eligible to get a vaccine and enter the world again, but we all still must be very safe about it. I wanted to remind everyone, if you are listening, it is election season as it comes around twice a year, kind of like Christmas. So make sure that you are registered to vote by April and you are prepared to vote in our primary election here on May 4th. Also, I want to say thank you to my colleagues and thank you to everyone in the city that supports we just passed the Crown Act, or it's broken into a lot of pieces, but essentially what it does is it ensures that discrimination against anyone with natural hair is not discriminated in the workplace and in their daily lives. I just want to say thank you so much for that, because this is how I wear my hair. This is how the hair of my people. We love it, and we are very, very, very happy to be in a protected class. So thank you to all of my colleagues, and thank you to the city for supporting that effort. And that's on behalf of myself and Councilwoman Adams-Act, who co-sponsored along with this being pushed forward by our First Ward City Councilman, Julius Oliver. Thanks.
Thank you. Your son is lucky to celebrate Christmas twice a year, but 2nd Ward, I'm sure Councilman Hughes benefits from this natural hair ordinance. You have anything for us, Councilman? I love you, man. Go ahead.
Really? Really? I do. I want to thank Aaron for the speedy response to the coronavirus shot being given at the McGuffey Center. coming up next week, and I've already received a lot of my constituents wanting me to pass along thank you, and I want to do that at this time, you know. And so next week we will be having the shots at the McGuffey Center. So thank you for speedy setup, and I want to say that hopefully one of my constituents, the president of the council, will show up and get his if we got that low in age.
Thank you for acknowledging my youth, Councilman. We appreciate it. First Ward, Councilman Oliver. I think he's still having some issues. So Aaron, I'm going to give you the floor to update us on the latest with the age and the vaccines and where we stand.
Thank you, Council President Kitchen, and thank you to all of you for all you do, all our council persons each day, and for your residents. And I will tell you, Councilman Hughes, I was real excited to be able to do McGuffey Center because you did ask me to do it. And so, you know, the next day I got right on working on that. So just to kind of give you an update of where we'll be in the next 2 weeks, starting on Saturday, we're going to be at St. Christine School on the west side of Youngstown. It is already booked solid for next Saturday. But sometimes you can like go on there and someone has canceled, so you could, you know, pick up an appointment if needed. But on Tuesday, we'll be back to Eugenia Atkinson Center. That is already booked right now, but again, sometimes other, you know, pop up if someone cancels. Wednesday, March 24th, we'll be at New Bethel Baptist Church on the south side. And there are many appointments open for that. So I encourage people to go ahead and sign up for New Bethel Baptist Church. On Thursday, March 25th, as Councilwoman Hughes said, we will be at McGuffey Center. There are several openings for the clinic at McGuffey Center. So please, I encourage you to come there, especially people that live out closer that way. It's less of a drive for you to come, you know, to the other places that we've been to. Then the following week on Tuesday, March the 30th, we'll be at the Spanish Evangelical Church, again, on the east side, you know, closer to downtown. And then Wednesday, March 31st, we'll be at the Metro Church on South Avenue. And then Thursday, April the 1st, we're going to have a larger clinic at Cavelli Center. So we're going to have it there. So that'll be April the 1st at Cavelli Center. The three this week, or the two, New Bethel and McGuffey, like I said, they have open appointments. You can easily sign up for those. The other ones, I'll be getting those in the next couple of days up there for people to sign up. But again, if you have trouble with the computer or you don't have a computer, you can call 330-502-4276. And from 8 to 4 each day, we do have someone live that will answer those questions and will actually walk you through the process or do it for you. Kind of while you're on the phone, and you can kind of give them the time. They'll give you the times that they're available, and they'll do that for you. Secondly, like for those that do have computers and want to do it, it's a real simple process. It takes a couple minutes to do, and that's to go to covid19.youngstownohio.gov, and there's a little that says, yes, I'm able to get the vaccine. And as everyone, and then you just click on that and you just kind of follow. You see the location that you want to do, and then drop down, and then there's all the times that it's available, and it asks you a couple questions, and that's it. For those of you, yes, on Friday we go down to 40. So there's, I'm sure, several of you out there that are in your 40s. It's just how quickly things have moved. But we have everybody, like I said, over 40 can get it, and by March 29th, end of the month, it's 16 and over. So we're just going to continue to move on, and there are some parts of the state that they're not getting their appointments filled. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Meaning, like, it's a bad thing if they're not actually coming, but that means they've seen a lot of people and have vaccinated a lot of people. And I think we're almost at 12,000 here in the city. So it's awesome. And again, now that I have the floor, I just want to say thank you to my team at the health department. I know some of you have been out there, people have been to some of our clinics, and they run so smoothly. And I think everyone does a great job, and I commend the Youngstown City Health District for all the hard work. So thank you.
Thank you. So I do have a few questions, Aaron. I see Councilwoman Davis and then Councilwoman Turner.
Yes.
I just need to repeat on the phone number.
Yeah. 330-502-4276.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilwoman Turner?
Thank you, President. Aaron, just a question. I have some people ask me, they work in the city, they don't actually live in the city, and it's been hard for them to get the vaccine. Can they come to a health department clinic to have their vaccine done?
Yeah, as long as they just need to schedule it. And I know today we had about 4 or 5 from the water department come. And again, yeah, right now the whole goal is to get every Ohioan vaccinated. So we're happy to take people that aren't from Youngstown. You know, it was very important at the beginning to prioritize Youngstown residents. But you know, right now the goal is to get all of Ohioans vaccinated. So we have done people that aren't from the city. But again, we also have a small list that I work with local pastors and local community leaders to make sure if some people say McGuffey Center, they have their seniors that, you know, they have someone that works with them and maybe they haven't had the opportunity, you know, to get vaccinated. So she's kind of getting a list of me, the other seniors that live in the city that haven't gotten vaccinated yet. So we try to help, you know, our residents first. But again, it is open to the public. So.
Councilwoman Adams, I saw your hand up.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This is not for Aaron. This is just a comment because Councilman Oliver was having technical difficulties. He reached out and he wanted to make sure that I let everyone that he expresses his gratitude with the passage of the Crown Act. Thank you.
Thank you. Aaron, once again, thank you and your team for all that you guys do. You're doing it well, and I'm sure you'll continue to do it that way. That does conclude our meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
To adjourn or second.